Yo, what's up guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And in this one I wanted to basically show you guys how to spot a bad connection in this game before you even fire at somebody, because you're actually able to tell right away before you get into any engagements. And this game, partially because it is a Treyarch game, and Treyarch games, especially in the beginning, sometimes you'll get inconsistencies in terms of the connection, the hit detection, and all that kind of stuff, lag compensation, whatever the hell you want to call it. I wanted to basically give you guys, with my personal experience, so that way you guys don't have to suffer as much as I did. I wanted to tell you guys how you can spot that, and so that way you can take care of the problem, and a few ways that you might be able to take care of the problem. So, and it's actually very simple. It's not really a high-tech thing at all. It's just it's very, very simple and common sense. So let's get straight into it without wasting any more of your time now. Let's say you're spawning in, you're getting ready, and then all of a sudden, if you feel like you have this thing that's called, it's more or less in Halo 5, if you feel something that's called heavy aim, in other words, if it feels like you're moving on a much slower sensitivity than you normally do without changing your sensitivity at all, if it feels like it's been taken down a couple points, maybe even more, or if it feels like you're using a light machine gun when you're using a submachine gun or whatnot, and it feels like you're turning slower, that's heavy aim. And if you're feeling that, then you're not going to have a very good time with the game, and everything is going to suck. The hit detection is going to suck. You're going to get melted a lot faster. You're basically, in a sense, it's like your connection is very inconsistent, and you're kind of almost lagging in a sense. But it's a little bit harder to tell. So if you feel like that, or if you're not sure and you think you're feeling that, then back out of the lobby, go to the main menu, and find a new lobby. And also another thing is it would be wise to reboot your router or reset your router before every gaming session, because if even your inconsistencies on your part and your connection can be really detrimental to what happens in the game, and it makes a difference between your bullets registering and your bullets not registering. And I think this gameplay here has a very good example of just how the game is supposed to play when the connections are fine, and when you're getting the ping that you're supposed to be getting, and you're connecting very well, and the game is basically playing the way it should play. Because when the game is not playing the way it should play due to all these issues, it's not necessarily your fault. So just wanted to make this video to kind of let you guys know, because it really does make the biggest difference. As of yesterday morning, I was bitching about the connection, and it even got to the point to where I got so fed up with it where I was like, you know what, Jack, maybe you just gotta face the facts. Maybe you're just not as good at this game as you are Call of Duty. Maybe you just suck at this one. And then it's like, after a while, I was like, fuck that shit. There's this, I refuse to accept that. So I kept on with the grind. I kind of paid attention to what was happening, and lo and behold, you get I'm getting very, very consistent gameplays now. It's the game feels a lot better. I know when to back out of a lobby because of a bad connection or whatnot. So, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're backing out because of a bad connection and an inconsistent connection, especially since it's so hard in this game to tell, because there's no ping bars. That's another thing, and you know, it's a pain in the ass, to say the least. So it could be very frustrating, and it could definitely ruin your experience. So don't get discouraged. Give yourself some time. Go through the transition. Go through the grind, and back out of the lobby that just doesn't feel right. So now I'm not necessarily saying you should back out of every lobby just because you're having a hard time beating somebody. No, I mean, if you're having a hard time beating somebody, just stick with it, and eventually you will get better. And as a matter of fact, that is the way to get better, and that's the fastest way to get better, is to get your ass handed to you. So, and for those of you guys that were watching my streams, I'm sure you guys can tell that, you know, I definitely had my ups and downs with the game. You could tell every single one of the gameplays. You know, obviously some of the connections were bad, obviously, during stream, and I just didn't know what to do or how to handle it or whatnot, and I just thought it was part of the game. Maybe it was just my mistake, but after considering every single option and paying attention to what I'm experiencing and making adjustments, lo and behold, it's the experience is much better now, and therefore the gameplay is going to be a lot more consistent. At the same time, I've become a better player because of it. So just stick with it, guys, and believe in yourself, and you're going to do better. But yeah, the whole inconsistency of connections was so is so annoying that it could really ruin your experience. So just be on the lookout for those kind of things. I'm sure people that have like an advanced router, like a like a NetDuma and stuff like that, could tell and can always put themselves in a connection to where they're always going to have a certain kind of connection, a certain ping. But most of us don't have that. So, including myself, I don't have that. I don't have that either. But you can definitely make your experience a lot better by just paying attention to how you're moving how it feels when you're just spawning in. And if it feels slower, wham bam, there you go. That's a sign. And if it feels fine the way it should or whatnot, then you're good. Sometimes actually it's also the opposite. With Black Ops 3 especially, I've experienced this. If it feels like you're moving faster and if it feels like your sensitivity's been turned up a notch, that could mean that you have hosts and that people are actually going to be dropping pretty damn fast. Granted, you're on target, of course. And I kid you not. And with this game, that's how it works. As I get a nice little 3-piece there, that was so satisfying to get. Man, you know, when this game plays the way it should and the connections are consistent as they should be, I'm telling you, there is no other Call of Duty in recent memory that is as satisfying to play as this one is. And that's one of the things that keeps me coming back, is like when you get a kill, it feels really, really good and you want to get more. And it's just, this is a very, very solid game. It just so happens to be that the connections are not always like as solid as the game itself. So yeah, I hope this video kind of helped you guys out a little bit. I know it was very basic. It wasn't anything like, okay, this is my ping in this game. Here are the numbers. Here's what's happening when I'm exactly firing at somebody, and here's their point of view. Here's my point of view. I apologize. It's not as in-depth as some of these other content creators make, but it's very, very simple. It really is something as simple as finding another lobby and rebooting your router, because that, for me personally, made the biggest difference. And there's no doubt that it can make the difference for you as well. And again, I've experienced very similar issues with Black Ops 3. So whenever that does happen, just give what I said a shot and see if it helps you out. And let me know down in the comment section if it does, because that's one of my favorite things one of my favorite kind of videos to make is helping people out. And when it does help people out, it's very satisfying to me. It's personally warms my heart, so to speak. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary, and I'm sure you could tell from previous gameplays and or streams, you could probably tell that the hit detection was a hell of a lot better. And you could just tell just by looking at the gameplay and how everything's working. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you did, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.